Join me as I dig deep into the mystery of what really happened to Gabby Petito and see if I can piece together the clues. Gabby Petito was a young American woman who went missing in September 2021, and her case quickly gained widespread attention due to the unusual circumstances surrounding her disappearance. Her story is one that has sparked a national conversation about missing persons, domestic violence, and the importance of seeking help when needed. The significance of Gabby's case lies in its ability to highlight the complexities and challenges of investigating missing persons cases, particularly when they involve cross-country travel and social media. Gabby Petito's disappearance was a highly publicized event that captured the attention of people all over the world. Many were drawn to her story because of the extensive social media documentation of her trip, which made it seem like they were right there with her, exploring the beautiful landscapes of the American West. As the news of her disappearance spread, concern grew among her family, friends, and the wider public, who began to speculate about what might have happened to her. Theories ranged from abduction by a stranger to a possible accident or even a deliberate attempt to leave her life behind. People were invested in Gabby's story, not just because of the mystery surrounding her disappearance, but also because of the relatability of her desire for adventure and freedom. Her case served as a reminder that anyone can go missing, regardless of their background or circumstances. The widespread interest in Gabby's case also underscored the importance of social media in modern investigations, as authorities and amateur sleuths alike pored over her online posts for clues. The public's concern and interest in Gabby's case were further amplified by the fact that her disappearance seemed to come out of the blue, with no obvious signs of trouble or warning. This lack of warning, combined with the seeming normalcy of her life, made her disappearance all the more shocking and intriguing. As the investigation into her disappearance continued, more details emerged about Gabby's life, her relationship with her fiancé, and the events leading up to her disappearance. Gabby's family and friends were left with a multitude of questions and a desperate desire to find out what had happened to her, and the public was right there with them, following every update and twist in the case. The outpouring of support for Gabby's family was immense, with many people offering their thoughts, prayers, and assistance in the search for her. This collective effort to find Gabby and uncover the truth about her disappearance was a testament to the power of community and the human desire to help others in need. Gabby Petito and her fiancé, Brian Laundrie, had set out on a cross-country road trip in July 2021, documenting their journey on social media. The trip was supposed to be a fun and exciting adventure, but it ultimately ended in tragedy. As they traveled from New York to Wyoming, Gabby regularly posted updates on Instagram, showcasing the beautiful landscapes and exciting experiences they were having. However, in the days leading up to her disappearance, Gabby's posts became less frequent, and her family began to grow concerned. The investigation into Gabby's disappearance would later reveal that the couple's relationship was not as perfect as it seemed on social media, and that there were signs of trouble and tension between them. The timeline of events leading up to Gabby's disappearance is crucial in understanding what might have happened to her. In the days before she went missing, Gabby and Brian had been stopped by police in Utah after a witness reported a domestic dispute between the couple. However, Gabby downplayed the incident, and the police ultimately let them off with a warning. This event has been highlighted as a potential turning point in the case, with some arguing that it marked an escalation of the violence and tension in their relationship. As the search for Gabby continued, authorities began to scrutinize Brian's actions and behavior, particularly in the days and weeks following her disappearance. Gabby's social media presence played a significant role in the investigation, as authorities analyzed her posts and messages for any clues that might indicate what had happened to her. The fact that Gabby's posts had become less frequent in the days leading up to her disappearance, and that her final post seemed to suggest that everything was okay, only added to the mystery and intrigue of the case. As the investigation continued, it became clear that Gabby's social media presence was not just a reflection of her life, but also a potential source of evidence in the case. The discovery of Gabby's remains in Wyoming marked a pivotal moment in the case, as it confirmed the worst fears of her family and the public. The subsequent investigation into her death revealed that she had been the victim of a homicide and that Brian Laundrie was the prime suspect. However, before authorities could apprehend him, Brian went missing, sparking a massive manhunt. The fact that Brian was now a fugitive and that he had apparently been able to evade capture for so long only added to the sense of outrage and frustration that surrounded the case. The investigation into Gabby's death was a complex and challenging one, involving multiple agencies and jurisdictions. The police had to piecing together the events of Gabby's final days, using a combination of forensic evidence, eyewitness accounts, and digital data. As the investigation continued, it became clear that Gabby's death was not just a tragic accident, but a deliberate act of violence. The fact that Brian was the prime suspect, and that he had apparently been able to manipulate and deceive those around him, only added to the sense of tragedy and loss. The search for Brian Laundrie was a major priority for the authorities as they sought to bring him to justice for his alleged role in Gabby's death. However, this search was not without its challenges, as Brian seemed to have vanished into thin air. The police had to comb through vast areas of wilderness, using search teams, drones, and other resources to try and track him down. As the search continued, the public was left to wonder how Brian had been able to evade capture for so long, and what might ultimately happen to him. The discovery of Brian's remains in October 2021 in a Florida nature reserve marked the end of the search for him, but it also raised more questions about the case. The fact that Brian had apparently taken his own life, rather than facing justice for his alleged crimes, was a source of frustration and outrage for many. The case of Gabby Petito was a tragic and devastating one, and it would have far-reaching consequences for all those involved. The story of Gabby Petito is a tragic reminder of the importance of being aware of the signs of domestic violence and missing persons cases. It highlights the need for greater awareness and education about these issues, as well as the importance of seeking help when needed. Gabby's case has sparked a national conversation about these issues, and it has inspired many people to take action and get involved. The impact of Gabby's story will be felt for a long time to come, and it will serve as a reminder of the importance of supporting and protecting those who are most vulnerable. If you've made it this far, thanks for watching, and I'd love to hear your thoughts on the Gabby Petito case in the comments below. If you're interested in learning more about missing persons cases or social issues, be sure to check out some of our other videos, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more content.